Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to show you a quick solo run-through of Lucidity Six-Sided Nightmares. So I will kind of explain the rules a little bit as we go along. I've already showed you the setup, and I already have my setup all ready to go, and I have everything all picked out and everything. So I'll kind of explain the rules as we go along, because that's generally easier. It's easier for you to be able to see it in action rather than me just trying to explain it to you. So I figured I would kind of do it that way. Yeah, so I'm just going to show you a solo run through of this game real quick, so that if you want to play this game by yourself, you can do that. Alright, let's get right on into this. Alright, like I said, I have everything all set up and ready to go. We are going to be playing against the Lady of Primeval Fear, whose special ability is when you resolve a hunt, which is this row here. You may return any 2 spooks to the bag, so you can take any 2 spooks out of this row, and you can throw those back in the bag. It doesn't matter where they are, it doesn't matter what face they have or anything like that. You just take them and throw them back in the bag. So that's the special ability that she has. Now, the goal for this is to either fill up this power row here to 15, all the way to 15 over here, or to get all of the spooks off of the Lady of Primeval Fear here. And when I do that, if I have any activated nightmares, which you would see right up here, I actually have them sitting up here off screen a little bit, just because they're not important right now. But if you have any of those activated, you would have to have 2 of those corresponding colors of those that are activated down here. So, other than that, that's really all I need to explain right off the bat. So, let's get on into this. Like I said, I'll explain the rules as we go. I've played this quite a few times, so I do have a handle on what the rules are doing. So, let's do this. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little dream tracker bead here, and I'm going to pick one of these 3 dream trackers, one of the white spots here. And I always start on this one for some reason. I don't know why. I just always do. So this one is a 4, which means I grab this bag here, and I'm going to pull out 4 dice. Okay, and I'm going to take 2 of these and return them to the bag. So I'm going to take the red and one of the blues. I'm going to return those to the bag. And then these 2 I'm just going to roll. Okay, so I have 1 power, so that goes in here immediately. And I have 1 Shadow of the Depths. So I'm going to put that right here. And that'll resolve, which is draw and roll 1 dream. So I draw 1 random die out of the bag here. And I'm going to roll that one. And, oh cool, another power. That's actually pretty good. Okay. That is literally how a turn goes. Now there's a few other things you can do, which we might get into later, but in general, that's how a turn goes. You choose your track that you go on, you draw that many dice, discard 2 of them, and then you roll the rest of them. And you resolve your dreams. You start with the power, and then you would resolve any exhaust and or hunt that you got. And then after that, you would start resolving any of the shadows that you got. And the shadows you can resolve in any order. It doesn't matter which one you do first. So, right, but that's it for that turn. So now we're going to move this bead up to 6. I'm going to go ahead and push my luck. You don't have to do this. You can choose to rest and pull your bead back onto here so you can switch tracks or whatever you need to do. And when that happens, or you can be forced to rest, which we'll get into that later. And I'll get into what happens when you rest when I do that, because, you know, I won't have a choice eventually. Alright. So now we're going to draw. There's 2. There's 4. And there are 6. Okay. So we have 6 dice here. I'm going to discard 2 of these red ones because I do not like having 3 of those. Those are the most dangerous dice. So I have 1 of each color. That's kind of cool. So let's see what happens. Immediately I have 2 power here off of the Dream of Primeval Fear, the Primeval Fear die. I have 2 exhaust. So those will both go here, so that track's almost filled already. That's great. And I have a Shadow of Envy. So that means I put this here, which the ability there is reroll one dream of the next player's choice. When you're playing by yourself, because the player can make you reroll your power here, they can make you reroll your exhaust, your hunt, a shadow, whatever it is that they want to do. So, but when you're playing the solo game, you'd literally take the first one here and you reroll that. And we hope that, dang it. Well, okay. So that goes here. And it is not reroll and resolve. You don't have to resolve it again and keep doing that. It's just reroll it and then it moves tracks if it changed faces. So now I went from 4 power down to 3. That's okay. I am going to go ahead and rest because I need to get rid of some of that exhaustion. Otherwise, it's going to force me to rest. And I would rather do this first. So when you choose to rest, you pull this back off of the sleep track. Then you'd be able to either get rid of all of your exhaust markers, as long as they have the exhaust face up rather than like a shadow face, which can happen later. And you throw those back in the bag. You also then have to draw one die out of here. Okay, it's yellow. You would then take, if you have any power matching that color on your power track, you would then take any and all power of that color and throw them all back in the bag. But thankfully I drew yellow and I don't have any of those, so that's okay. And then 2 of these spooks are going to come down. So we're going to have an envy, so the envy row is almost filled up, and primeval fear. Now again, when that happens, they just pull down. They don't resolve. They are not unresolved dreams. They are just moving locations. So now we move all of these down to fill in the gaps. Boom. Just like that. So now I get to choose a new sleep track. I'm just going to go back to the same one. So let's draw another 4. Okay, let's throw out 1 red and 1 green, because I don't need any primeval fear. I don't like those. And I definitely don't need an envy because I don't want to activate that nightmare, that nightmare if I can help it. Well, there's an exhaust, so we resolve that first. And then there is a hunt. I'm going to go ahead and resolve that. So that means when you resolve a hunt, you may return any 2 spooks to the bag. So I'm going to go ahead and take... I'm going to take just these bottom 2 here, the red and the blue. And those go back in the bag. Boom. Now I do that because you can choose at different, during your turn, to spend power to re-roll some of these to change their faces so that they don't end up, hopefully don't end up on the same row. But they have to be adjacent to each other. So right now I could re-roll yellow ones. I could roll 2 yellow ones, 2 yellow ones, or 2 green ones, or 2 yellow ones up here. And that's it. Otherwise it's going to be individual ones. And that's not really all that helpful. So, alright, that's the end of that turn. I'm going to keep pushing my luck, and I'm going to go up to 6 for this turn. So let's do this again. I'm already actually making better progress than I did the last time I played this by myself. 6. Get rid of both of those green ones, because I do not need that activating. Boom. Give me something good. There's another 2. And there's a 1 power. And then I have another exhaust. And I have 1 shadow of the depths. So I need to draw and roll 1 dream. Which is imprisonment. Actually, I'm okay with that. That is a shadow. Shadow of imprisonment. So that means you would rotate 1 of your exhaust from its exhaust face to its shadow face. But it does not move, it stays here. Now, what that means is that when you rest, because when you rest, you have 2 options when removing things. You can remove all of your exhaust face dice off of your card here, or you can remove 1 shadow. No matter where it is on your card here, you can remove 1 shadow. And if you choose to remove the exhaust here, this one would stay here. So it's still going to clog up your exhaust row, which is not fun, because then it makes you rest more and more frequently. So, but you know what? I am a masochist, and I like to, or I guess I'd be called a masochist, I don't know. And I'm going to push my luck even more and draw 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wow. 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, okay. That was nice. All right, let's put, I really don't want this. I don't want either of those. All right, well, we'll go this way. We'll put a Primeval Fear and an Envy back in there, and just hope that this Envy one here does not come up as a shadow, because I don't want to have to spend power to reroll. You can spend power to reroll your dice after you've rolled them, any number of your dice after you've rolled them, but that can be a waste of power. All right, with the one that rolled off of the table there, because you know how I'm good at rolling, we actually have a really good roll here. There are 2 shadows and a lot of power. Okay, so we're going to put our power down here first. That is actually an incredibly brilliant roll. I'm really happy with that. And then we're going to do... Oh, crap. Okay. Imprisonment here, which means this goes to its shadow face. And we're going to do the depths next. Draw and reroll one of these bad boys. Power. Okay, good. I literally only need 4 more power to win. That's kind of impressive. I've never gotten this far this fast. Okay, now that I've reached the end of this sleep track, that also means that I am now forced to rest. So I pull that back down. I draw 1 die out of here. Please be blue, please be blue, please be blue. It is yellow, it is not blue. So that means I take yellow, yellow, throw those back in the bag, which pushes all of these back down. So now I need 6 more power in order to win. I was close. Now I get rid of 1 shadow. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of one of these ones, because that can fill up real quick, and then I'd just be forced to rest again, whereas these, they'll fill up and activate that nightmare, but then they have to fill up again before I lose. And then 2 of these move down. Oh, that's fantastic. That's just great. So that fills up that row. Now I've activated the Shadow of Imprisonment, so I'll put this up here. So these 4 will go back in the bag. So now, here's what this means. Now, anytime that I draw dice, here, I'll explain this as I'm moving these down. Anytime that I draw dice, when I'm discarding dice, I cannot discard yellow dice. I have to keep yellow dice. So if I draw, you know, in this case, if I go up to here and draw 4 more, which is actually what I'm going to do, if I were to draw all 4 yellow dice, I have to roll all 4 of them. I cannot discard any of them because they're all yellow. So if you have all 4 of these, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you know, I'll just go ahead and throw those away. So if you have all 4 nightmares activated, you're literally just rolling every single die that you would draw out of the bag. There's an exhaust and an imprisonment. That's just great. So rotate this to its shadow face again. This is just... I'm gonna end up losing because of this. You know what? Push my luck anyway. I lost the game of Kingswood that I showed you guys, so why not lose this one too? Oh, cool. So I have to discard 2 of these, so I'm going to discard both of these green ones. Woo! That was interesting. Where did that come from? Oh yeah, that came from right here. Boom. Okay, got it figured out. Okay. Let's get everything back to the way it should be. Let's roll all these. Holy smokes. Okay, well there's that. It's 1 power, so I need 5 more. And 3 exhaust. I'm okay with that because, you know, even just one of those would have forced me to rest. But that keeps it from doing more shadows and filling up that shadow row anymore. So now I'm forced to rest, so then I'm going to get rid of all 3 of these, because otherwise I can't do anything. Which means I need to try to not roll any shadows. And I'm going to get rid of 2 of or pull 2 of these down. That's fantastic. So now I'm going to have 3 active nightmares. Those will both move down. So let's put those back in the bag. And now I have activated both the Nightmare of the Depths and Envy. So now I have 3 active nightmares, and that's just fantastic. Now all of these move down. So really my best option is to fill up the power row rather than have 2 of each kind. I should have been trying to reroll some of those, but I haven't been. Oh well. So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to start down here. I'm not going to push my luck anymore because, you know, it's not getting me anywhere. 3! I have to roll all 3 of those. And that's okay. I'm okay with this. There's 2 power. Oh, wait. First. I forgot 1 step. I'll leave that roll there, but I forgot the 1 step when I rested, which was to draw one of these out. And it is a red one. That actually really sucks because that takes all of my red off of here. Which means that I'm probably going to lose this game. Okay. I liked it better when I had forgotten to do that. Okay, so now I can put these 2 power on. So now I'm up to 6 out of 15. And then this goes over here, which means that I'm forced to rest again. Boom. That goes back there. This gets discarded. We do this again and hope that it's not green because then all of my power goes away. Red. I don't have any red power. Cool. At least there's something. And then these each come down here. Boom. Boom. Okay. Let's go back to the 3 again. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Oh, good. 2 more power. Boy, my Envy dice really like giving me power today. And then Shadow of the Depths. Draw and reroll 1 dream. Or draw and roll 1 dream, rather. It's another Envy one. Oh, that time it did it. Yes, I do have to reroll this because I think I made a mistake earlier, and you do have to reroll this and add it to your unresolved dreams. So if this became a power, so it stays there. But if that had become a shadow, I would need to resolve that. I think I made a mistake on that earlier, and I am sorry. That was unintentional. Move these all down. Don't have too many spooks left up in there. But that would mean I need 1 more blue die down here and 2 yellow dice down here in the power row in order to win when that empties. I don't know if that's going to happen. Oh, move these down. Woo! Stay there. Stay there, you stinky little die. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, good. I have to hope that those shadows don't both come up on the red dice. Oh, good. They both come up as power. So there's 1, 2. So that's 10 out of 15. There's another exhaust. I'm going to move up. I'm going to keep moving on up. I'm going to push my luck and hope that I can just roll a bunch of power. That's 6. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get rid of these 2. Haha. Perfect. So let's do this. A bunch of exhaust. So that's great. So not only am I going to have to resolve that, I'm going to have to rest again. So that's, fantastic. Okay. So I do those. Let's draw and resolve 1 dream, or draw and roll 1 dream. It is a dream of primeval fear. Came up 2 power. Getting somewhere. So now I only need 3 more power, but I do have to rest. So, rest, get rid of these 3, and hope to God I draw a yellow die out of here. Yellow! Yes! Oh, that saved me. Alright, and then these will move down. So, this is getting real dangerous. Because literally, 1 more die in any of those rows means that I would lose. So I have to start considering spending power to reroll what I roll there. So I'm going to go over to 3 here. Again. Come on, be something, be 3 red ones. Of course it's not. All right, no shadows, no shadows, no shadows. There's a shadow. So I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to spend one of my power. Move those up here to reroll any number of my dreams, and I'm going to reroll all 3 of them. Okay, there's a power. There's an exhaust. I'm going to go ahead and keep the exhaust. I'm just going to reroll this one. So I'm going to spend that power that I just got. Try to reroll just this one. Still came up a shadow. I have a feeling that I know where this is going. That's going to go back in there. I'm just going to keep doing this and see, hope that I can get it away from that shadow. Okay, power. Good. Got it off of there. That's okay. I'm going to push my luck. It's probably a stupid decision, but you know, I do that a lot. 5. That's not good. I have to hope that 4 out of these 5 come up as power. There's 1 power. 2 power. 2 exhaust. And I'm going to be required to rest, which means that those are going to come down, so I'm definitely going to re-roll this. Try to keep myself alive a little bit longer here. Okay, it's an exhaust. I'm okay with that because I'm going to have to rest anyway. So, rest. Get rid of these. 4. Oh, nope. Didn't work out like I planned because I don't have a choice but to do this. Draw one of these. Get rid of all my green power, which knocks me all the way down and out of the game pretty much. So that now I just have 6. But that also means that these both move down. This has now filled up a second time, and since this was activated, that now means that I lose. I actually was pretty close. If I had activated that last nightmare, I was only 3 power away from winning if I had emptied that row out. So, but, you know, in the same vein as Kingswood, I lose. But that's okay. It's still a fun game to play. I'm just kind of disappointed that I never rolled any more hunts. But I did keep throwing the red dice back in the bag, so I guess that's a good reason for that. So, that is a solo playthrough of Lucidity. And let's shoot back out, and I will shoot the camera back out, and I will close this out real quick. Alright, so that was a solo run-through of Lucidity. I hope that you guys enjoyed this game. Like I said, it's one of my favorite ones to play solo now. It's right in my top 5 solo games to play right now. Even though I probably only have about 6, but that's okay. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that you guys get as much enjoyment out of it as I do. So next week I'll be showing you a solo run through of Kokoro. But until then, let's get out there and play some games.